On this episode, I try to fix everything on this mower, and it still sucks. So, stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to work on lowering the rear suspension because I haven't quite figured out the seat yet. So if you look at it, it damn near just fits in the wheel well. If like both sides were like 1/8 of an inch wider, then it would probably just fit in the fender wells and I wouldn't have to trim nothing, and that would be ideal. So I'm going to try to do that, I think. So what I'm doing here is, these are the factory spacers that space out the wheel hub from the brake disc and stuff. And in order to push out the wheels, I found out the easiest way is just to make longer ones of those. So on here, I got written the actual sizes of how far out the wheels had to go, and I made new ones. So let's see if they do what I need to do. Alright, so I've been doing some work, and I got my fenders clearanced in here. I really didn't want to cut up this body, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to have cool stuff. Take a look at it. Yeah, just barely don't clear. This one's a little tight, and I may choose to trim that later, but for now it's fine. This is a seat mount as I have it so far. As you can see, I drilled 2 clearance holes in the top of it, allow me to be able just to use a socket. Remember, kids, always design for assembly and disassembly. So I got the seat bracket done for the mower. It's pretty stout, pretty heavy too. I'm gonna have to take some weight back out of this. Probably just by cutting off edges and removing material where it's not needed. I could probably made it a little less dense, but you know, it won't break. Once I get welded together, it's going to be a pretty sturdy unit. So the seat's not falling off anyway. In addition to lowering the rear about 2 inches, I also bought some shock absorbers, shorter shock absorbers to lower the front, so it's going to be sitting level. This is about the section where I show some ride clips to show that it really does work, but I broke it immediately. I was going down some whoops, and I guess I just twisted the seat too hard, and I broke one of the welds on the, not the seat bracket I showed building this video, but the actual seat bracket attached to the cart. So I guess, otherwise, I'm gonna just show some XR wheelies and rippage and stuff. And actually, apparently, never mind on that too, because I immediately broke the XR as well. The tube popped, and now the rim is just slipping within the tire and not doing, I can't get the front end up. Oh, I guess it's just one of those days it's a dud. It's all right. So here you can see a little better what actually happened. I'm back home now. Just had poor penetration on a weld, so I guess I'm gonna push it back together and grind out the old weld and try to put some new stuff in. Only way to do it. So as you can see, I welded the steering shaft solid so that just to remove some of the play in the steering wheel, and there's still more than I would like, but that's way better than it was before. So hopefully that helps a little bit with the steering issue. I fixed this back pad here. It's finally cool enough to touch. Welds aren't pretty, but I'm not a very good welder, so it's fine. So I had to fix one more thing before it was ready to go and try again. My motor mounts broke again because they're not very well reinforced. So I just stuck them together again, and eventually I'm gonna have to pull this motor off and really actually fix them, but it's good enough to ride for now, so that's what we're gonna do. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. To be honest with you, this thing is not fun to ride. It's really scary. It doesn't really drift like I'd want it to. If you just rip the brake, you get ejected off this thing, and that's happened to me like 4 times off camera. Of course, I can't capture it on camera because I'm not brave enough to eject myself from a moving vehicle for the bit. I did flip it though. Truth be told, I'm really wanting to completely start from scratch on this. I don't like anything about it. I think my center of gravity is too high, the wheels are too big, the throttle sticks, the brakes you can't get braking, it's too low so it just scrapes on everything. The engine likes to kick back whenever you start it. I just don't like anything about this. Man, this thing is just a handful to ride. The front end comes up anytime you give it throttle. If front end doesn't come up, the back end slides out, and then you're just continuously getting kicked off the thing. That being said, it will return. Don't worry. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.